Hey, it's time for us to drink again here on Arise Exchange. If you're thinking pink this Valentine's Day, you may want to consider sharing a bottle of rosé champagne or wine with your loved one. After all, Valentine's Day is the biggest holiday for champagne sales right after the holiday season between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Laura Williamson, Beverage Director of Jean-Georges Restaurant and Certified Wine Educator, joins us now with some champagne and wine choices. Welcome to Arise Exchange. Thank you. And happy Valentine's Day to you.
Thank you. You too.
So let's start with why this is called, why you're calling this a pink holiday. What's behind that?
It's the holiday of love. It's about bubbles, festivity, happiness, enjoyment. Champagne connotes all of that, sparkling wine too. Of course, we've got beautiful still rosé color as well. But it's about having clients, guests, consumers get excited, relax, and celebrate this kind of in a festive way.
Are people drinking more champagne or sparkling wine or more still wine these days?
More still wine, but the highest increasing category really for champagne is rosé champagne. So that's the good news. Believe it or not, even though consumption's larger for...
Is that because it has a little flavor to it, do you think?
Well, it has a lot of great flavor. It's not about sweetness, believe it or not. It's actually about complexity. A lot of rosés have a little bit more complexity than just standard champagnes. It depends on the producer, the maker, but there is a lot of seriousness to them.
And tell us what you recommend then on this Valentine's Day when you're out there buying champagne for your loved one. I take it's not the day to be cheap.
No, it's not, but there are a lot of great values. We have right in front of us, that's what you just had a sip of, the Piper Heidsieck Rosé Sauvage, $55 retail, incredible value for the money. So you can have this affordable option. You can jump up a notch to about $80 for the Reserve, the Brut Reserve Rosé, but there are so many great values. The still wine, very affordable too if you don't like bubbles. There are some guests that don't.
Is champagne still something that people are buying in the stores and not online?
They're buying in the stores, absolutely. There's a lot of immediate point of sale. They're buying online too. This is worthy of laying down for a little bit if you want to. There are collectors that do that.
And we have been seeing a rise in champagne sales over the last few years. What do you think is driving that?
I think that guests and consumers, clients, however you want to code it, are realizing that champagne is now an everyday beverage. It's not just...
It's an everyday beverage.
Everyday beverage.
I mean, look, I could have a glass of wine every day, but I never thought of champagne as an everyday beverage.
But have you even tried?
To have one every day?
Maybe you should
try
but I
could add it to the list of
a solid week. You should give it a go. I have a feeling you might be hooked after 7 days. You'd be like, wow, I think I could get into this.
What's the best way for people to celebrate Valentine's Day, do you think?
I think it's about enjoying the moment, and the bubbles, the minute they hit your palate, they help you relax, start you salivating, get you geared in for the cuisine or oysters, aphrodisiac, whatever you want to help you enjoy the moment.
And what kind of growth have we seen in the wine industry as well? Because that has had a real renaissance. And I imagine part of it is the health benefits of it and that people are feeling more comfortable with it.
Yes.
And they're educating themselves better, aren't they?
They are. And there is a huge growth, but a lot of that, again, is with rosé. I think a younger crowd, the millennials, are starting to come into their own in recognizing the fun associated with wine, not just with spirits and beer. That drives into rosé as well as the champagne, sparkling.
And you know, Valentine's Day is an important holiday. New Year's is an important holiday. How does the industry move away from just a holiday-driven business? I know you said you should have a glass of champagne every day, but that's probably a tough sell for some people.
Well, I think a good part of that is the fact of the weather. When we get into a little bit warmer weather, it's an easy beverage to enjoy and help cool the temperatures. So that also creates a little bit more link with everyday consumption.
You are a master, and I hope I pronounce this right, sommelier?
Sommelier, master sommelier.
Tell us what that is.
That is an extremely rare accreditation. There are 22 women in the world that have achieved it.
Really, just 22 women in the world? Congratulations.
And
why so few women?
Because it's still dominated by men. It was originally from the UK, where this was more of a service-oriented link to men in the industry. There's still only about 220 total of us in the world. 20
and what do you do
women.
And how do you get certified?
That is the exalted level of being able to pair food and wine, discuss wines from around the world, the service associated with them. You go through rigorous blind tasting exams, service exams, and theory exams to achieve it.
Laura Williamson, happy Valentine's Day.
Thank
Hope you have a good one.
Andrew,
Thank you.
Too.
Come back soon on
Thank
Arise Exchange. We always like it when people bring party supplies.